show, and we're here with Jared. We have a lot to discuss. We kind of thought it was going to be a quiet day, but it's kind of slowly turned into a more eventful one than we thought. So, like, we got to go through the Bellinger presser. The Yankees finally hire a scouting director after the international debacle. Bader signs with the Giants. Sir Anthony Dominguez goes to the White Sox. The Yankees make a few interesting moves that we're going to discuss. And CJ Abrams trade rumors are at the forefront with the Yankees possibly being involved. So, like, how are you feeling right now, Jared, about this offseason again? And, like, what did you learn today if anything, that makes you feel any better or worse about, like, maybe where the Yankees stand going into the season?
Watching the Cody Bellinger presser it made me kind of look away from what the fans really think on Twitter about how the offseason has went. I think it went well. I think getting Cody Bellinger back was really good. It bolsters the offense, and it gives us, we had the best offense in the league last year, and I think running it back with we're not going to have DJ at third all year. We're not going to have a lot of these guys, and a lot of it is going to be different. Ben Rice is going to be getting legitimate at bats. We're going to have Ryan McMahon at third all year, which is going to be really good defensively. Jose Caballero is going to get the start at shortstop at the beginning of the year, which I'm really love and I'm really excited for. So yeah, there's a lot to be excited for. There's a lot to be down about as well, but like I'm really excited for this season, and I think the guy Angel Shavili, he's I think that was a good trade. Like, you get a great high potential guy, and that's never a bad thing because TJ Rumfield was blocked anyways.
Yes, and we spoke about TJ being blocked. I think at least once. I've mentioned it for at least a couple years. It just wasn't going to happen with the Yankees. So I'm happy that TJ gets a fresh start with the Rockies. Maybe he'll make the MLB club and make his debut. Because there's nothing more he can prove in the minors. We kind of know what he is. We just have to see if it can translate to MLB level. And he's got good contact skills, good pop. It's just not like crazy pop for a first baseman, which I think is kind of what's held him back. Because like you want a big power first baseman. His defense is very good though. I think he'll fit in nice with the Rockies. Won't be any pressure on him. He'll be able to chill and do his thing. And Rumfield's a very low key guy, so he won't mind being out there. He's not like into the media stuff. Like he didn't like doing any media things with the Yankees. He didn't really do much with the minor league squad. He wasn't great. He wasn't too comfortable doing that. So it's probably better off for him anyway to be in Colorado because he won't have to worry about that at all, really.
Yeah, he's an older prospect as well. I mean, he had a very good savant page. I mean, he's a great contact hitter, as you said. He hits for a great average against right-handed. Against righties, he's very good against righties. He excels against righties, which is usual for a left-handed bat. But he also has very good power numbers against righties, which I think they're looking at very well. I mean, he has a great K rate. He has a good walk rate, and yeah, there's a lot to like about TJ Rumfield. But you know, we we gotta forget about him. We got Angel Shavili,
Yeah.
and yeah,
All right, so let's dive into this dude. What do we know about him? Not too much. Numbers don't look great. I mean, you look at the situation. I mean, Coors Field doesn't help any pitchers, so that might help him automatically getting out of there. So, do we want to run the clip now, and then we could go through some other information on him, or
yeah,
what? All right, let's run the
yeah. Let's
clip,
play some
and
clip.
then we'll start talking. We'll talk about him a little bit more, and I'll try.
2-2 again. And a wave and miss. And a cut and miss.
Swing and a miss, and that will end the inning. But the damage, it's been.
West.
Swing and a miss, and striking out is.
Teoscar behind 1-2. He's down on strikes.
Okay, so we saw some stuff there. There's definitely a few things to like, but it's a project for Matt Blake for sure. No question about it. So I think that it'll be very interesting to see how that looks. And can the Yankees develop him? We've seen them do this with guys we've never heard of before. This might be an extreme extent, maybe. So there is some stuff to like about him, obviously, which is why they did the deal. And like you said, Rumfield didn't have a place, so it's not like it'll hurt them. So you look at this dude over here, Angel Shavili, high fastball velo. I think it's what, around 97 or so, Jared.
Yep.
He has a nice ground ball percentage, high whip percentage. He's 65 percentile in chase, which is definitely a very good thing. So we're gonna have to see how they could work with him.
He's got a pretty nice pitch repertoire as well. Um, he mixes the splitter and a fastball very well. Those match very well together, and the splitter is becoming the new age pitch. I mean, we saw
Yeah,
this last year in the playoffs with
a hundred
with
percent.
with Trey Savage and Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
Yeah, and Kevin Gausman as well. It's another one. There's a lot of
Yep.
guys that you can make that case that they do that for. So I mean, it's really interesting to see how that's gonna look potentially. Let's see how the chat's going if anyone's in the YouTube area. I just checked in on there. Had to update the thumbnail really quick, but uh, we're gonna get into CJ Abrams too. It's definitely at the forefront a little bit. I have an interview clip with him that I'm gonna share. This is when he was playing against the Mets and he was with the Nationals at City Field. And this was not last year, it was actually 2024. So that's something that we can chew on a little bit. And that was actually his best year of his career when I was talking to him. So that's interesting because he didn't quite play as well last year as he did in 24. But we'll go through all of it. There's definitely a lot to dissect with CJ Abrams. There's a lot of positives, a lot of negatives. Like, it would definitely be a controversial move. But, like, before we do that, Jar, like, do you think it's something the Yankees should explore? And if the Yankees were to trade for him, would you want to switch his position? Like, if let's say they traded for him? Like, what would you do with him?
Well, the return would have to be Anthony Volpe, I would assume. Anthony Volpe, George Lombard, then Anthony Volpe gets kicked off the roster. I don't know, but thinking about how like how bad he's been as a shortstop defensively in the MLB. I mean, it's kind of crazy if you look at the advanced fielding stats. He's for his career, he has a -6 DRS, -45 ats above average, and -37 fielding runs value. I mean, that is just horrible throughout
That's
all three phases.
that's why we're talking about positional changes for him,
Hmm.
obviously, because like it's obviously an issue, and I do think like it's definitely something that like it's tough because he's a very good athlete. It's not from a lack
Yep.
of athleticism. It's just like I don't know. It's not computing for him. Like he's not that old still, but like it's not like it's tough to improve like, when you're that bad. I guess like could he become average? I don't know. I mean Abrams like. He had his stats last year was a 748 OPS, which dropped off a little bit. I'll get to 24 later, but when I talk to him, but 257 average, 315 on base, 433 slug. 3-1 F4, 107 WRC plus. It's okay. He has better numbers in him though than this. Like 19 bombs, 60 RBIs, 92 runs. So he's been in the league for 3 years. You mentioned the bad defense. Obviously, they're shopping him with Jacob Young. So like they obviously got rid of Mackenzie Gore. So the sale sign's open. And like I think he's an interesting dude. Like the one thing he talked to me about, which we'll share soon, is that maybe this was a problem with him this year, but he told me when he gets too swing happy, that's a problem. So at least he's aware of it, which is good. He's only 25. He's a lefty, which
Hmm.
is good and bad because he'd probably crush the stadium, but the Yankees are looking for righties, though, unfortunately. So that would be another lefty in essence. But I want to see how he would translate to the stadium. Like if he pull how much he really pulls the ball. Like I'm sure he would have to be good. You would think,
Yeah,
but
and
I got to
as we
check.
said, kind of with Cody Bellinger, you could kind of get away with some of that not hard contact stuff with Yankee Stadium, which is good for him. But you can
Yeah.
never really bank on Yankee Stadium for
Well,
anybody. Yeah.
I could show you some stuff. Actually, I found the information, so I will do that. Like I'll show you how it would look at Yankee Stadium. So last year it didn't make that much of a difference, but over the grand scope of things, it definitely made a difference. So like, I know the hard hit stuff doesn't look great. In 24 it was a little bit better, but still not great. Yeah, he's not a guy that's gonna smack the ball per se, but like we said, Yankee Stadium would definitely help him, and I'll show like some evidence as to why. So here we go. Let's find. I'm gonna pull it up now.
He also is in the 96th percentile of base running run value, which is another very important thing. Base
Well,
running is very important.
well, that's a good thing.
Hmm.
I guess now let's put ourselves on the side for a sec. So he would have had. Nah, damn it. It's blocking what I wanted to. There we go. This is it. It was blocking it before, so I had to fix it. So he would have had 8 extra homers at Yankee Stadium over 4 years, basically 3 years in essence, because he barely played in 22. Last year he would have had 1 extra bomb. So, like you said, it definitely would help his offensive profile because kind of like Bellinger, he's not going to rope the ball, but I definitely think he's an interesting guy. He's only 25. It's just like I don't know if the value matches up for like his defense. So like I know it's a 52 on BTV, which is really high. I don't know if it would necessarily take that much. I mean, Mackenzie Gore was kind of an undersell, despite the fact there was a lot of players at the end of the day.
Hmm.
So I mean, we'll have to see how that looks, but. Let's play. I'll play the interview now, and then I'll try to see what's going on with the chat and everything else.
With Nationals All-Star shortstop CJ Abrams, so thanks for taking the time. And what's your mindset going into the big game tonight?
Going into the game tonight, just attack. You got to bring the energy and have fun out there. You got to be aggressive. Get our pitch, move runners, and hopefully our pitching does what it does.
What was the big reason for your jump this year? You've had a lot of home runs, RBIs, career high OBS so far. Like, what do you attribute that to?
I'd say getting my pitch to hit. When I get in trouble, it's kind of me being swing happy and swinging at the pitcher's pitch, borderline pitches out of the zone, stuff like that. So being able to hit a pitch I can drive is the biggest thing.
What was your reaction when you heard the news you were going to be an All-Star?
Oh, just excitement, pure excitement. This dream come true, and the first person I called my dad, he was just as excited as me.
So what work did you put into the offseason to put yourself in this position?
Just working on all aspects of the game, getting stronger, working on my defense as well. So just keep working. I'm gonna get better in all aspects. Still, keep striving to get as good as I can be.
What's been like the biggest key for you in the batter's box? Just looking for your pitch, honing in on it, not chasing too much.
Yeah, being able to take my walks as well. So getting on base is the biggest thing because the team get wins. So continue to try to do it.
What is something you enjoy doing off the field when you're not playing baseball?
I chill really. I don't really do much. Play little phone games or 2K on the PS5 stuff like that. I usually just chill.
I feel you on that. Is there like a particular moment or performance you had that made you realize like this is going to be a special season for you?
Not one in specific. Being able to start off with a good start with the home runs and stuff like that showed me that I'm able to do it and able to be selective at the plate, not just swing happy up there. That's the biggest thing, swing at my pitch.
All right, well, good luck, CJ. Thanks for your time.
All right, so you could tell he's still trying to improve defensively. It's not from a lack of effort. That's the one thing I took away from that clip. But he just might be a thing where he just has to switch positions maybe. Like, would you put him in second? Would you try him in the outfield? Like, we've seen some infielders go out. Like, Alfonso Soriano's a good example of that, although he wasn't a shortstop. There's been a few guys, like even Tatis, he had to go out. Like, so what do you think? Like, let's say they acquired him. Like, where would you want him to play? Because if you don't want him at short, if they don't view Bobish as a shortstop, how are they going to view CJ Abrams as a shortstop?
Yeah, that's where it kind of becomes a problem because where are you going to put him? I mean, you got this clunked outfield, and then you kind of got this infield where you kind of like what you have in there, but you don't really want to change it up. You got Jazz at second, Ben Rice at first, and you got Ryan McMahon defensively, who's a very good defensive third baseman, and you really don't want to move him there. But yeah, I mean, I would probably change him probably to the outfield, maybe a left fielder. Like, yeah, I think left
Interesting.
field could fit him well, but maybe even second base, move Jazz into the outfield again. You can always
Yeah,
experiment. with these young guys. They're still in the prime of their athletic career, and yeah,
Would you consider putting him at third base, maybe?
I maybe yeah, kind of like a Boba Fett thing, but it wouldn't really be the same because where are you gonna put like Ryan McMahon now?
Then you would. What if you move on from McMahon?
Yeah, trade McMahon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's. I'm trying to see how it will work. Like,
mm,
I think that's one of the few ways it could. But like, I
yeah,
don't know if CJ's would be great at third. It might maybe outfield
mm,
because he does have some decent speed. So
yeah,
like maybe that would be the play for him. But it'll be interesting to see. Like, I don't know
definitely.
exactly what they would do, but I want to see exactly what Bowden said about the situation as well. To see like if it's sincere, if it's not. But like the Yankees, to me, like we're gonna go through a bunch of stuff too, like the run backs and everything. Like I talked with Keith McPherson at length about the run back, and we were on different sides of certain stuff, but we obviously agree on some things. But like he also like thinks a little different, but he also understands some of the frustrations. It's just like it's an interesting situation, but Brian
Yeah.
Cashman and Aaron Boone spoke about it, and I want to bring up some quotes on that because I can't
Hmm.
say I fully agree with how they're looking at it. I just don't. I think you might be a little more optimistic than me now. Like Ryan Weathers, we spoke about a lot, and we shared a snippet today of that. And like, if he's healthy, we both like that move, and we think it could be good. Like, if you get like 150 innings or 115, you'll be happy with that, considering like
Hmm.
what's going to come back into the rotation. You just want Weathers to stay upright at least until Cole and Rodon return. Hopefully, that would be the ideal situation. So, like we
Yeah.
said, we feel bad about him making starts, and we do about Ryan Yarbo making starts. So
Hmm.
it's definitely interesting. Like, do you have a different perspective on Weathers? Do you feel like the same as you did, kind of like when we first brought it up?
Yeah, I kind of feel similar on his profile. If you could get 120, 125, even in the hundreds innings pitched for this
Yes.
season, because he's not going to stay in the rotation for the entire year. It's what we hope.
Well, yeah, you never know. Crazy things happen
Yeah.
sometimes. In an ideal world, he doesn't stay in there, but
Hmm.
I think he could be a decent weapon out of the bullpen too. If it ends
Yeah.
up going that way, because he could be that good long guy that could bridge like certain starts to like high leverage. Maybe he could
Hmm.
definitely get some lefties out. We like the stuff he has. Is there a way the Yankees can maybe clean up his mechanics? Like, do you think there's some mechanical issue that keeps causing him to get hurt? Like, you kind of wonder if that's a problem because he gets hurt so much. Like, could Matt Blake tinker a little bit and maybe
Yeah.
like fix something that we're not seeing?
Yeah, I mean, arm injuries are always a mystery because like you don't really know what's causing them. It could be like an arm angle thing, or it could be like how you're releasing the ball. But I do think Mac Blake could definitely fix what's been wrong with his injury problem. But we would never know, and we'll definitely see. I'm definitely excited to watch Ryan Weathers this season because we've never really had a dominant lefty out of the bullpen in recent years, except for like Andrew Miller and stuff. But that was way long ago. And
Right.
Tim Hill isn't really trusted against right-handed pitchers, whereas we'll have Weathers. Well, hopefully he could be trusted against right-handed batters as a lefty pitcher.
I agree with you 100% because in an ideal world, Weathers does end up sliding to the bullpen because of how the rotation looks. And Wes, what if he outperforms Luis Hill or something? What if Hill goes to the bullpen? Because Hill is not a sure thing right now. He has to rebound after what happened last year. And same thing with Will Warren. Because, like, I don't know. I mean, Warren to me is not really a bullpen guy, as we saw in the playoffs. He's not really the guy you want in the bullpen.
Yeah,
Hill can translate to the bullpen better as long as his control isn't too erratic. That's a guy you can let loose for an inning or two and just say throw 100 plus and throw your
yeah,
curve or whatever and just get outs like and just don't walk people.
yeah. I mean, Luis Hill would fit really well into the bullpen. He's a high velocity fastball guy. He just needs to clean up a lot of his mechanical work with his walks and stuff. That's always been an issue with him
Yes,
throughout his entire
a
career.
100%, dude. Like that's his biggest bugaboo.
Yeah.
Last year it really showed up worse because of the injury
Hmm.
concerns,
Yep.
unfortunately. So it was even tougher than it normally would be. But let me check the chat. I don't see anything in here actually, but maybe something will emerge late. You never
Yeah.
know. But apparently everything's fine. Just nothing's coming in right now. But I can probably, hopefully that changes. Well, I'll check Twitter just in case anyone has any questions. But we did want to talk about this logjam with Bellinger, Dominguez, and stuff. I know you drafted up some stuff. We have the clip of Dominguez, and we have some notes on Dominguez and like Spencer Jones. Like, which one is it going to be? Is there a world where they both stay? It's been talked up that they could. Obviously, they're not going to tip the hands and make it seem like they have to trade them. So they're going to say there's a way to keep both. But like, I don't know how much longer you keep playing this game with both of them. I know Trent Grisham's on a 1 year deal. Sand's going to get hurt, so that does provide window for one of them. And they're going to want to give people off days. But like at the same time, how much longer can you carry both of them when you have four outfielders? Well, three. I'm sorry, but three consistent starters that are going to be in outfield every day as long as Sand's healthy. Which we don't know how long that's going to be, but
I mean, I feel like we've had this conversation so many times with not just me and you, but like Yankee fans in general, with how much they're leashing Spencer Jones in the minor leagues. I mean, he's 5? He's 25
yeah, and I'm
now.
gonna go through the numbers, and you have the Dominguez stuff, and we'll do our
Yeah.
comparisons. Like, who do we believe in more? Like, who should they choose if there's one or stay? Like, but yeah, I mean, he is 25. But the fun fact, and you know this obviously, and it's why you have to be a little more patient with his development. He also used to pitch, so he was a two-way guy for a while. So like, he hasn't been a full-time hitter that long, really. And that's why you still have to see some development. But he is 25 to your point, and that is a tough age sometimes. But hey, Aaron Judge didn't debut till he was like 25 though, so like you
Yeah.
can't discount it. You never
Yeah.
know how that could look.
And it's the same profile hitter as well. I mean, he
Very
just
similar,
struggles
yeah.
very badly with the K rate. I mean, it's horrible how badly he
Oh, we'll
struggles
get to that.
with striking
I'm
out.
gonna pull that up. But yeah, it's
And
brutally bad, which is his biggest roadblock.
you can always blame him, but his size, he's like 6'7", I think, and he
Yes,
has that scrouch down batting stance, and I mean, I know it must be hard to bat like that.
I know the stance is very interesting.
Yeah, it's a
Like it's changed a couple times. Like,
yeah,
but
it's
he was
definitely not
started
out of
popping.
step.
He started popping some bombs. With I was like, all right, if it works, it works. I mean, screw it, I guess. Like, what are
I
you
mean,
gonna do?
he had that
But
one run in AAA last year. I thought he had a home run like every day.
yeah, that was crazy. That
Yeah.
was absolutely nuts. So I'm gonna go through some stuff with him quick. I did pull some stats. I guess since we're on Spencer, I'll pull up the information on him first, and then we'll go to Dominguez. So, all right, here we go. We're gonna go. So Jones's K rate I'll get to too, but like I'll just have the arbitrary numbers first, and then we'll go from there. All right. So no, we gotta get small here. So here it is. Here's his numbers from like 22 to 25 on. Last season's what we're gonna highlight here. 35 bombs, 80 RBI, and the OPS 933 breakout. Average 274, highest yet. Stolen bases 29. He had the season I covered that he stole 40 bases in 2023, and that was nuts. For his size to steal 40 plus bases, that's unheard of.
Hmm.
His RBI totals are like 236 total, 72 total. So like there is a lot of stuff to like. His on base at 349 is okay. It's not awful. 362 last year, solid. The slug of 571 you really like, and 490 overall is good. And then the OPS 839 overall, not bad. But he only saw AAA for the first time last year. Keep in mind, he will start in AAA this year unless he gets traded, obviously. Now the negative, it's the case. The defense is good, and the speed is good, and the power is good. It's just the contact skill is not there. He's missing the contact tool. He has 4 out of 5. If he's one away from being five, base, unfortunately. But the one that he's away is the hardest one to get, unfortunately, right now for him. But you look at the numbers: 155 Ks and 480 clearances. Then in 2024, a whopping 200 and 482. Last year he cut it a little bit, 179 and 438. But I'm gonna try to look at the percentages now
Yeah,
while you mull over that.
his So here I got them right here. His
Oh,
zone
okay.
contact percentage was in 2025 was 5%.
Holy shit, that's awful.
Yeah, that's very bad. His K rate was 36.6. His walk rate was 8.7. His whiff percentage was 41.5. His chase percentage was 35.4.
Wow. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
I
some
mean,
tough sledding. I'm seeing 35 here overall. In 2024 was 36. In 23, it was actually less at 28%, and it got worse. Well, 24 was not a good year for him really at all. Last year he bounced back, but the K rate thing is still a bugaboo. So like we've talked about this before. Is he the Rangers Joey Gallo or is he the Yankees Joey Gallo? Like those are the two outcome stretches we're kind of looking at here in
yep.
theory.
I
Except
mean,
he might steal more bags, I would say, but like
if you look at the hitting profile, his savant looks like Aaron Judge. I mean,
hmm
expected slugs 94th percentile, exit velocity 96th percentile, max exit velocity 97th percentile, X WOBA 86th percentile, X batting average 62nd percentile. I mean, he's got a very good hitting profile. He just needs to put it all together and get the K rate down and the contact skills together.
yeah, I definitely agree with you. Like when he hits the ball, he hits it hard. So it's not an issue of making hard contact when he connects. It's an issue of connecting. Period.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, so but that's a little bit tough to hear. But I mean, Judge did have similar issues, so there is a silver lining to this. I don't know if it was. I don't think it was quite as bad as what we're talking about here. But you know what? I'm kind of curious. I haven't checked his minor league numbers in a while. I wonder what it did look like, honestly. So I'm actually gonna check. We're gonna go back into the time machine and see how he played in the minors. This will be interesting. I haven't
I'm
done
pretty
this
sure
in
he
so
played
long.
worse in the minors than Spencer Jones.
Probably the
But
overall, but I'm curious about like
yeah,
the K percentage. If I could like get somewhere close, if I could find something similar. Okay, he was in the minors for. Wait, why do I not? Wait, this makes no sense. Why are 17 and 8? Oh, wait, I'm an idiot. Sorry. He was in the minors for 3 years. There was a minor league stint that threw me for a tizzy. Actually, it was less Ks, 131 in 467 at bats, and then 144 in 478 at bats. And how many did I say Spencer Jones just had? I think it was like 178 and a similar number. So
yeah,
Judge's K's problem was not as bad, actually.
yeah. It was significantly, not significantly, but it was a
It
lot better
was a
than
little, yeah, you
what
had a
Josh
nice
had.
little margin of difference there at like, but he didn't have like
But
the other stuff that Spencer Jones had, like
I,
power wise last year.
I wonder what his own contact was.
Yeah,
Personally,
if you could somehow find it,
yeah.
feel
I mean,
free. Maybe we can do that while you play the Dominguez clip if you want. You could try to look for it, cause
yeah, I'll
like
do
we'll
that.
do our like final consensus of which guy we would trade. Like once we go through
Hmm.
Dominguez, I think that's how we'll do this.
Yeah, let's get Dominguez up here.
Absolutely.
And the 1-2. Line drive, it's a base hit down the left field line. Chisholm scores. Volpe scores. Wells scores. It's a bases clearing double for Dominguez. And the Yankees have taken a 4-2 lead.
I think you've seen Dominguez kind of blossom into what he's supposed to be in this series, in this homestand, defensively and offensively. It's so hard he knocked his helmet off, but a huge hit to come through in a big.
Yeah, so that's actually a very cool thing because we've talked about his struggles from the right side, and that's like one of the biggest hits of the year on the right side against the Royals, obviously.
Yeah,
So, I mean, like, it's
and
in there, and I've seen him hit a lot of bombs in the minor leagues. I saw him hit a righty bomb in the championship game in Double A. Like, he can hit right-handed. Like, it's not as bad. I think it's in there. Like, we just have to
and
see,
it definitely
like, what it's
developed
gonna look like.
over the course of the season because I'm pretty sure in the second half of the season he had a very good slash line against left-handed pitching. And
Yeah.
I only put one clip into that, but that one clip is my favorite, one of my favorite at bats of the
No,
entire
it's
season.
it tells the story like that we're trying to
Yeah.
tell, and I enjoy it as well.
And
So
before that at bat, I remember putting up onto the screen his splits for
and they
the
were
season,
awful.
and I
Yeah,
remember it was like he was like 1 for 16 at the time for against left-handed pitchers, and it was something
yeah,
crazy. And then he saved the game, which I think was awesome.
yeah. It's funny how that works sometimes. The reverse announcers jinx there
Yeah,
or whatever. So
yeah,
257 average last year with 10 bombs, 47 ribbies, 331 on base, which is good for his average. So I like that for the average, kind of like not saying it can improve too.
Yeah.
338 slug, 719 OPS, and I don't think it's a bad offensive year considering the lefty struggles as well against
Hmm.
the righty struggles. Why do I always botch that? It struggles against left-handed pitchers. There we go. Jesus, 0.6 F4, 103 WRC plus. The biggest issue was really the defense because that's what caused the WAR to be low despite decent offensive numbers if you think about it. And obviously he stole a few bases, which he's very capable of doing. And completely off the board here. Sorry, because I'm looking at Abrams still. He had 31 steals last year, and he has 116 in his career, so that's a good thing. And I meant to bring that up before, so sorry for jumbling, but yeah, I think it's
Also,
somewhat important.
also another thing that I found out when I was getting some notes on Dominguez, so if you look at his ISO in 2023, his slug plus average, it's 419, and then he obviously got hurt that season, had UCL surgery, and that could definitely impact a hitter and the power that they bring off the bat.
Yeah,
And after that season, he hasn't had over 131 ISO, and he's had such struggles at the plate. I wonder if it's a power problem, if it's he's not hitting the ball hard enough.
yeah, like Dominguez was hitting it. I felt like the pop was always there for him, but I got to
Hmm.
check his Savant a little bit to see what's been going on. Maybe that'll help. But
Hmm.
like in the minors, like I said, the defense was never as bad in the minors either. Like maybe there were some issues of balls to the wall, but he never like straight up dropped balls in the minors. I watched a lot of the minor league games. Like I saw this kid in Somerset a lot, like most of the time. I
Hmm.
did see him in AAA. I saw him in Hudson. I saw him in Tampa. Like I literally saw every single level of him, and I never noticed that bad of an issue in the outfields after all the stuff I've watched. Because like it's the Martian. Everyone was interested in the Martian. Like you
Hmm.
signed the guy for over 5 million, and I brought this up last time. Like the fact that they let it get to this point with him is not a good indictment of the international scouting, and that's a whole circus with Mario Garza got the job, by the way, and that's another topic. But I guess I could pull that in now quickly, but like,
Yeah, and
because that's been a
bouncing
circus.
bouncing back on that defense topic, it was visibly a confidence thing too. Like he visibly wasn't that confident in the outfield, but
I
it got
agree with you.
gradually better over the season, in my opinion. He looked a lot better
Yes, that
against
is the
Garza.
thing. That is Garza. Jack Curry broke the news. This isn't his news break tweet, but obviously he broke it. He was one of the three candidates that were really looking at to do it, and most of them were internal. So his 16th season with them, his last position was director of baseball development. He's been a minor league manager and coach for the Yanks, and he was a 25th round pick. He played for the Astros, so he has all the experience in the world you would want. He's very qualified for the job. So hopefully he could help fix the mess that Danny Rowland left behind, losing a sign, everything else. Like this is the whole circus, and this is gonna be a whole episode in itself. And I'm not gonna go all the way out there. If anyone has any questions, I'll answer what I know to my knowledge because I have a source that knows a lot of this stuff, and I know more than I can probably share at this moment in time. But it was really complicated even for me, and I'm like always locked in. I know what's going on. It was still really confusing for me to figure out what was going on here. Like I was sending texts like almost daily asking, "Is this true? Is this true?" Because like there's so much misinformation. Like
Hmm.
Wilbur Sanchez goes out there like reporting all this stuff, and he's been right for the most part. But the one thing he was wrong about was like that they didn't break agreements with all their prospects in the class. Like there were still guys in their class they ended up signing. They just didn't end up signing a sign who was at the top of it, and they lost some other top end talent. But they still signed some guys that were agreements with. So like that was a huge misconception. So like, but there's been a lot of crazy stuff going on with this. It's very disheartening because like the Yankees used to thrive with the international
Yeah.
talent, and it's really not been the case anymore.
Hmm.
I mean,
I mean,
LeGrand is a guy that we love, and he's been their best example probably of a
yeah.
diamond in the rough with only 10K. And obviously, we spoke about Narvaez and Augustine Ramirez, who were good developmental guys, but they got traded. So, like, there was a couple of situations like that, but it was way too far in between for, like, how much money was being shot. Look at Arias, bust, most likely. Lorenzo
Hmm.
Maeo, not looking great. Maybe he might
Yeah.
salvage it. Francisco Friolio, not looking great either. These guys were all given big chunks of money, and it just
Hmm.
hasn't really worked out. And even Jason Dominguez, we don't know what's going to happen. Now you might have to sell him for a bag of peanuts, and he
Hmm.
was supposed to be like this next big thing.
He was supposed to
So
be. He was compared to Mickey Mantle, and now you might have to sell low on him.
Yeah, and I thought that was unfair. Obviously, I'll say that,
Yeah,
like the Trout and Mickey Mantle stuff, like the videos look good. Like I liked how the ball sounded with
yeah,
the bat, but like, I never thought he was gonna be like Mickey Mantle or Mike Trout per se. Like,
mm,
and then like they don't view him as a center fielder, which is interesting because he was came up as a center fielder. Now
yeah.
they want
That
him in
was
left,
interesting to me.
and the thing is like I'm not sure because like it's not like left field at Yankee Stadium is easy. It's not that much easier than playing center because the left field's so big at Yankee Stadium,
It's
and it's
also
one of the
about
toughest.
comfortability.
Yes, it's one of the toughest things to do is play left field at Yankee Stadium, and that's why they've had so many problems since Brett Gardner left because it's not an easy thing to do.
Hmm.
And Bellinger's very good at it, so I get why they brought him back. It makes sense. He's a great defender, especially on the left. I understand it, but it puts Dominguez in a bad spot because to me, like I felt you didn't have to bring Trent Grisham back. I could have been okay if
No.
they maybe just did Bellinger and they let like tried to see like who if Jones or Dominguez could have emerged in one of the other spots. But now you have them both in the back burner again. So we'll get to the long story short. We'll get to this debate of like who we would trade if you had to pick one because I think you have to keep one because Stanton's so injury prone. You can't get rid of both of them. And Trent Grisham's on a 1 year deal. So
Hmm.
getting rid of both of them doesn't make any sense. But getting rid of one of them probably does.
Yeah, and to go on with your point about Trent Grisham, and we just saw Harrison Bader get a 2-year, $20 million
Yep, that's a
contract,
topic for today. Yes.
and we gave Trent Grisham 22 million dollars. I mean, obviously hindsight is 2020, and he was signed back in November, but you know, I mean, it was very bad, poorly how they played that out. I do not
I
think they should have extended him to qualifying
I
offer.
still agree with you.
I don't think any team would have given him $22 million. I don't think
Absolutely
anyone close to
not.
$22 million.
Absolutely not. And like, so my other friend brought up a point. Now they're up to 67 million with Grisham and Bellinger. Last year was only like 30ish maybe. I want to say ballparking like somewhere in the low 30 range. Now you've doubled their money,
Hmm.
and you're not going to get double the production from them. That's not going to happen. They both had excellent seasons, and we'll be lucky to see them repeat those seasons.
Hmm.
Both of them, I think. If we're being honest with
Hmm.
ourselves here.
Yeah, I mean, they both outplayed their expectations.
Yes, they did.
Hmm.
And now you've raised their expectations higher.
Yep.
And like, I don't know how much more they could improve, unfortunately, because I feel like they've reached close to their ceilings last year.
Hmm.
So that's the problem, I think.
I have confidence that Trent Grisham will be able to do some of the
I still
stuff that
think
he did
Bellinger.
last
I
year.
still think they'll both be good, but like, are they going to be
Hmm.
worth what they're being paid now? I don't know about
Hmm.
that. A and B. Like, if they fall off, where's the make? Who's going to make up for that?
Yeah.
Because everything's exactly the same, which
Yep.
is why the run back is ridiculous to me, and I can't stand it. Honestly, I really just
Hmm.
can't. And that's gonna be our next topic after we decide who we would trade.
Yeah.
So, all right, this is gonna
Yeah.
be tough. I'm gonna
Who's the
have you
floor?
start, and
Me.
I'm gonna
Okay.
bounce off you. But I
I.
kind of have my thought. If you
Mhm.
had the decision to make, and it was gonna be like it was like everything was on the line, and we have a chat. Maybe YouTube's working. Okay, YouTube's
Yeah.
working. That's great. Nathan, what's up, brother? Great to see you
What's
in
up,
here.
Nathan?
Okay, YouTube's working. That's
Um,
excellent. All right, now,
for me, I've had my mind up
okay,
for as long as we've been questioning this. Um, I'm keeping Jason Dominguez 100 times out of 100 times.
okay,
We just saw him. He batted two. You saw really good things out of him last year. Even though it was a bad year, you still saw good things. I mean, he batted 270. He had a 331 on base. Those are two very good things. If he
yeah,
puts up a good offseason, gets some of his power back, he could turn into a problem. And he's got that speed on the base paths.
yep.
He has the ability to turn that defense around. I mean, he was once a defensive. He was really good defensively in the minors. So.
Yeah, I thought he was okay at least, like not an issue down there. I saw him throw a
Mhm.
guy out a few times, but like he and the only thing is that Jones is a better defender, but it's more of an unknown. Like
Yeah.
you always know Dominguez is a capable MLB hitter. You don't
Yeah.
know if Spencer Jones is a capable MLB hitter.
Hmm.
Um, Now, if you look at stolen bases, it was 23 last year, which is solid. He had a 40 season. He had a 40 stolen base season too in the minors in 2023. Him, Volpe, and Jones all have stolen 40 bags in the minors. I have a feeling that the Yankees will make a trade soon. It's possible. They made one today. Um, so, up here we go. This is your setup. You got to tell them what you do. Dominguez, Joe Ryan, Ryan Jeffers for a couple of Twins players. Jared, take the floor. This is all you.
So before we got on here, I was texting with Julian. I was like, dude, I just found this guy while I was researching some players, and like, we should definitely do this trade. So my trade right now that I would make if I was the Yankees GM is Jason Dominguez to the Twins for Ryan Jeffers and Cole Sands. So if you don't know who Cole Sands is, he's a 28-year-old right-handed pitcher. He's a relief pitcher. He had a 3.28 in 2024 across 72 innings, and he's got very good stuff. And obviously, you would add Ryan Jeffers into that as the right-handed platoon bat for Austin Wells. He crushes lefties too. He hits like 370 against them. Hold on, let me pull that up.
Yeah, and Nathan, we have talked about Joe Ryan and Pablo Lopez, but the Twins don't know what they're doing, and that seems improbable, unfortunately. I think
Yeah,
Lopez is a guy to try to kick on, but go ahead.
and they traded Edward Julian today. They really don't have a direction right now. I don't know what they're doing.
And then the Polacks are trying to like issue apology letters to like the fans. Like this is an absolute. Yeah, Minnesota's a mess right now. I don't know
But-
what we can if they can do anything with Minnesota because of that. But and also I don't know how much they're going to want to help the Yankees after how badly the Yankees have owned them historically. So
Yeah.
that's another problem. Although they did do two trades though, and the Yankees got the Twins twice. Honestly, if you think about it, the Aaron Hicks trade in the beginning. In the
Yeah,
beginning,
definitely,
keyword there,
definitely,
beginning,
definitely.
not the extension. And then the Luis Hill trade for Jay Cave was genius.
Yeah.
So the Yankees have gone over on the Twins once or twice already. So I mean,
But Ryan Jeffers versus left-handed pitchers. I mean, 313, 462, 420 for an 882 OPS with a 156.
yeah,
WRC
the
plus.
drawback is his defense. From what I remember when we were doing our work
Yeah.
on him one of these episodes.
Yeah, definitely. His defense is a drawback, but I mean, Swanson is a very good.
And Swanson was with Minnesota actually, but I don't know if he ever crossed paths with Jeffers because it was so long ago.
Yeah.
I don't know if that happens. I'd
think
have to
they
look
did.
into that. How long has Jeffers been in the Twin system?
He's been with the Twins.
I could check Swanson's
for-
stuff really quick and see if I can find if it lines up ever.
He's been with the. Wait, where am I seeing stats?
Like I
He's
said,
been with the Twins for 5 years.
okay,
But-
it's close now. I think they missed each other because Swanson left Minnesota after 2019, so I think it was a slight miss there.
But yeah, back to Cole Sands. I mean, he's a controllable piece as well. He has he's a free agent in 2029, so he'll have 3 years of control, which is very good for a young piece like that. And then Ryan Jeffers would be a free agent in 2027, so next year.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm trading Jason Dominguez this offseason, though. I would love for him to get a great chance.
You know, it was not like you're itching to trade Jason Dominguez, but like if something like this came up, you would consider trading Jason Dominguez. More of
Yeah.
like something like that. Not like you're dying to trade him per se.
Yeah, I'm definitely not dying to trade Dominguez.
Yankees need a right-handed. Yankees need a right-handed catcher. Jeffers would be perfect.
Yeah, I hope they go out and get Jeffers. That's one thing.
We'll
I
see.
really want them to do.
Yeah, I mean, and then there's some, speaking of that, there's definitely something we need to discuss before we get too animated. Paul Goldschmidt reunion? No, I'm not. I don't think that's a good idea. I'm gonna try to shoot that down as quick as possible. But like, I know we talked about this behind the scenes. One of my friends brought up a tweet that I could maybe surface as well. But like, I just don't think it's a good idea, really. It's just like that's literally the same exact team. Like I'm already annoyed enough with them doing the same exact thing. Like that's literally the same exact lineup.
Yeah,
Like
I
you
mean-
got to do something different somewhere. Like can they at least get one different bench piece? Like at this point, I'm not even asking for that much. Could I just get like a right-handed bench bat? Like just something that's different. Like not Goldschmidt again. Like he's 39. He started regressing. Like he has no power left. Like what are we
hope
doing here?
I hope Arizona signs him and then he retires in Arizona.
I
and
gotta
that's what I
check to
spoke
see
to.
what my friend was saying, but we
But
looked through it. Oh, I'm gonna put it up on the screen just so people could share. I know. Do you have those numbers against lefties we were talking about earlier in the
for
day?
Goldie,
Yeah, like how it started declining and how it's like front loaded kinds of.
I can't I can't get them on Fangraphs, but I
I
can
could,
maybe search something up.
yeah, I could do like Savant maybe. No, reference I meant might have it if I looked. I'm
Yeah.
trying to see like I saw this before. I'm really annoyed with this. Hold on. This is really irritating because I looked. All right, I'll just check what I liked. I'd send it to you too, but like I'll find it.
Um, but his
Hold on.
stats completely fell off
Yeah, that's the point we're
in the second
making,
half versus
basically.
left-handed pitching, which is one of the only reasons why we would be re-signing him.
Yeah, that's like a problem, obviously.
And obviously his power completely vanished. Completely
Yeah,
vanished.
yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. Like, I'm just trying to find the evidence that I wanted to use. Like, it's right here. Sorry about this. Like, I know it went from like 9:30
Okay,
something to like.
I found it.
Okay, what do you got?
Okay. Paul Goldschmidt from June 1st to August 2nd. 201, 260, 305 for a 55 WRC plus.
Oof.
Yeah, that's bad.
All right, I got my friend's tweet. We could also pull in for some more context. I finally found it. Let's pull it up now. And then I also agree with you, Jared. If I had to choose, I'm probably trading Spencer Jones as well. Also, I
Yeah.
didn't finish that, but like, yeah, that's how I feel as well. It's just because like I know there's a thing with center field. The only caveat to that, and I'll play devil's advocate that people keep bringing up that people think Jason could be in trouble,
Hmm.
is because Grisham's on a year deal and they don't view him as a center fielder. Like that's the only
Yeah.
problem with our thinking here. But it's tough because like I don't know how Dominguez is going to get consistent at bats with Bellinger. Because I mean, Gio missed some time,
Hmm.
but that can't account for all his at bats.
Yeah.
I mean, unless they move on from Stan after this year, which I wouldn't completely rule out, by the way, because with 1 year left, it's possible if he doesn't figure it out
Definitely.
this year, like they might just
Yeah.
cut the cord at that point, and then
Hmm.
that's when Dominguez could just be the DH, maybe. So
Yeah.
maybe it does make sense to keep him in case of a scenario like that happens.
Hmm.
I mean, you could keep both. I wouldn't advise it, but it's possible, I guess. So here's Goldschmidt, some more stuff, context to what you were saying. He had a monster March, April, May, like you basically stated. This is just in different context. Second half OPS 631, WRC plus 77.
Hmm.
And he has back issues also, and we know how that's plagued some other guys at first base in older age. So, like, I just don't think it makes any sense. Like, I did
Hmm.
not enjoy hearing that yesterday. I just think it's really short sighted and lazy. Like, that's what it is. It's lazy. Like, this has been
Yeah.
a lazy off season to me,
Hmm.
unfortunately. Like, that's
And
the best way to describe it.
hmm
It
yeah,
hasn't been
definitely.
creative at all. Like, there's been zero
Nothing.
creativity this off season.
We saw we see a lot of teams go out and make interesting moves, like
The only
maybe
weather's, I guess,
something
is
with Gray.
semi-creative. Like
Yeah,
maybe that. That's it
that
though.
is true.
That's literally it. And then
Yeah.
like the Rockies guy, maybe, but like that's
Hmm.
like a real crap dart throw. Like at least
Yeah.
Weathers, you can be like, if he's healthy, he's decent. Like okay, fine.
You
But
missed the press conference.
yeah,
Yeah, we went over it a little bit, but like it
we have.
was
Well, here's some of it. Here we go.
yeah.
All right. So I missed the. All right, so here was some of it. This is what I was talking about with the running it back stuff. This is from Gary Phillips, and I have some Kirshner stuff too, but we'll start with Gary. So Gary talks about Cashman with the pushing it back and the running back, and he obviously has a different type of response. So first, we have really good players, collection of talented players. It's not the same roster with Ziffer there. We have some players at some point returning from we'll answer Abrams too, but we have some players at some point returning from the IL that are important players. Garrett Cole being one of them. Okay, yes, I get that, but like that's not enough to me still. Like that'll help, but like it doesn't. How does that fix the offense that I had issues with in the playoffs last year? It doesn't. But we have some additions from the second half that got their feet wet with the Yankees. Some with failure to success. Okay, he's talking about Jake Bird, Duvall, and Bird there basically, and McMahon and Caballero. So okay,
Hmm.
that is true. Fine, I guess, but like but they'll now be in a position to join us with their feet in the ground, getting their sea legs under them when the manager too learning how to utilize these guys where they slot and everything else. Okay, I guess like probably should have known that better last year, but sure. Um, Cashman said before adding that the Yankees acquired a lot of weapons for the deadline, and they did have an active deadline. That's
Yeah.
true. And then it's like, so I disagree. It's the same team running it back. It's going to be some differences, and the competition is going to be different too. The last thing he said is actually the biggest problem because other
Yeah.
teams made bigger strides than the Yankees did, and he's
Mhm.
admitting that, but he's
Yeah.
not admitting that at the same time, which is interesting to me.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I agree with him on some of it. Like,
Yeah, some of it. Yeah,
we're not
some
gonna
of
have
it.
Devin Williams throwing 15 games
Yeah,
this year,
that's fair.
and it's definitely gonna be a different look. Like, we're gonna have Jose Caballero starting off at shortstop. How is
Yeah,
that gonna go? We're
that's
gonna
could be
have
good. We'll see.
we're gonna have Ryan Weathers in the starting rotation. How is that gonna go? And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's something to look for, but it's not really a lot. Like Jake Bird, that's not gonna get me excited. Like
It could though. I was excited when I got him. Actually, I'm not gonna lie to you. I actually liked that
really,
move. I liked the Jake Bird move in the beginning because like I thought his stuff was good. Like even when I watched him, I thought he was gonna be good. Like there was a few pitches I'm like, oh wow, like that looks really good. But he couldn't like consistently put it together. And I
hmm
think he was overused. Like I heard a bunch of overused stuff about him. Like maybe they think he'll be fresh this year, and like Matt Blake will tinker. So I'm actually like more optimistic about him than you are, maybe. But we'll
my
see.
my one thing that it won't click with me is that he was somehow better in Coors Field last year.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me. I still don't
Yeah.
get that. Like, I'm still wondering what's going on there. Like, maybe he was used to the mounds or something. Like, I don't know, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
that's like an interesting
But
situation.
he had a 2.48 in Coors Field last year and an 8.97 on the road, which
I don't understand that at all because it's normally the
yeah.
opposite. So that is really interesting. So he's like, I don't think CJ Abrams is the fit for the Yankees. Yeah, it's tough to picture the fit. I'm not gonna lie, but like,
Yeah.
crazier things have happened. So you can
Yeah.
never rule it out, I guess, right?
I would definitely agree with that. He's definitely doesn't fit the current roster, but like what would happen? What would the trade be?
Yeah, you'd have to get rid of something to make it make
hmm
sense, like on the
Yeah.
current active roster. That's basically
hmm
how it would go. Like, you can't just add him to this current starting lineup because that doesn't make
hmm
any sense. I definitely agree. So here's the thing with CJ Abrams. All right, Nationals are shopping. They're listening, like you said. If they deal Abrams and lead any major league ready pieces back or prospects in the upper levels who are close to the show, the Yankees could give them that in essence. He's 25 years old. Obviously, like we said, I talked about the 2024 All Star team when he had 20 bombs and stole 31 bases. So back to back 31 steal years is nothing to sneeze at for sure. That's nice.
hmm
And he was like I want to look at more numbers in that 24 year because that was the year I thought he was going to become a star. Like I actually thought he was on his way, and then last year he kind of took a step
hmm
back.
He
And
also had some off the field problems last year
yes, we'll get to that
at the end of the
also.
year. So
Unfortunately, those OPS surprisingly was 747 and 748, so very similar two seasons. But I guess
hmm
his first half started better in 24, which is
yeah.
how he got the All Star appearance. Just made me think he was going to be on his way, but it didn't quite happen. He had that casino incident that
hmm
we're going to talk about a little bit.
Yeah.
Like he was out late at night at a casino before an afternoon game, which is rough. But he wasn't betting on the sports, so I'll clarify
Yeah.
that. He wasn't betting on
Yeah.
sports. He
Yeah.
was just
Yeah.
playing table games a little too long, which is not the best thing, but it won't kill you.
Yeah.
And he stole 47 bags in 2023. So that's significant to me as well.
hmm
So I
Yeah. I
mean,
mean,
but it
he
isn't. It
also
is a
had a
tough fit, though. Yeah, it's not an easy fit right now. It's tough to picture how it would work.
It's definitely not an easy fit, but we saw like similar numbers between this year and the last. But last year, he actually had a better hitting profile than he did
Yeah, he
in the
did. You're right. I did
2025
notice
season.
that. I did. And then like something else that's very interesting here is that he was also part of that deal for Soto, obviously. And then they traded
hmm
Mackenzie Gore, and the Padres were one team interested, so they want him back, which I find interesting. And then
Yeah.
obviously Giants, you kind of mentioned in the notes, and then the Mariners have been in play. I don't know what the Mariners would do with
Yeah.
him. I mean, they haven't opened. Would they play him at third because they're not going to bring Suarez back? I mean, I guess maybe, but
Yes.
they have like
I
two
would just get
prospects they
back
want to
Suarez
use.
if I was them.
Yeah, we'll get to Gino. He'll have his day whenever he signs, hopefully. And like, I actually hope he goes to the Pirates. But
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, I want to go through some Kirshner stuff about like running back the team a little bit because he went a little bit deeper.
Yeah, he asked some great questions on that presser.
Yeah, no, he's very good at what he does, and I appreciate. He's not afraid to ask the question that might annoy
Yeah.
some people, which is something I like have to know and I have to be comfortable doing as well. Obviously, when I get into that situation, and I try my best to do that. So I appreciate what he does, obviously. So okay, I have a couple. All right, here we go. This is Cashman again from Kirshner, and I'm gonna do Boone, and then we'll do Sir Anthony Dominguez, and we'll probably wrap up soon after that. I think. I'm not afraid to run with the talented roster players that we do have. Cashman said, I think we've been consistent with that throughout the entire winter. Obviously, they haven't done anything different, really. So, yeah, I've been openly willing to challenge anyone that we don't have a championship caliber roster and team. All right, it's our job to try and find ways to make it better along the way. I mean, sure, I guess. Like, I'm challenging that notion clearly, but who am I compared to the grand scheme of things, I guess. But I do observe this team I watch a lot, and, like, I basically am 162, 9 innings, like, the whole year for the most part. Even if I'm not watching, like, I'm tracking, I'm looking at highlights, and I'm going to understand what took place. And I get what he's saying, I understand it, but, like, how many times do you do the same thing over and over again and expect different October results is maddening to me. Like, I don't know. What do you think here?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely would disagree with him on just completely running it back because I do think this lineup does need like another bolster offensive guy to compare with Judge. I do think Ben Rice will take a big step this year, which is going to be very good for the lineup, obviously.
Maybe that's what helps to supplement
Hmm.
the fallback
Yeah.
of Grisham and Bellinger or something like that.
Yeah.
Do they get better production from third base? Because that was a black hole for a while. Does the Rosario McMahon platoon produce well offensively enough to make you feel good? I mean, it's possible because Rosario's going against lefties, McMahon can hit righties somewhat, but like
Hmm.
he's got to cut down those strikeouts. That's his biggest issue. And
Yeah.
can Volpe rebound and when he returns? How does Caballero look? Like you said, I like
Hmm.
where Jazz Chisholm's at. I think he could be even better this year in a
Yeah.
walk year. I'm expecting a huge Jazz Chisholm. I actually said he might go 40 for 40 this week, and when I was at Bleecker with Keith, that was one of my hot takes. Maybe not even that hot. I could see him doing a 40-40 in his walk year if he plays like 150, 160 games. So I think Austin Wells can do better offensively because
Definitely.
I've been around him enough to know that he's a better hitter than what he showed last year, and he did have there's a little bad luck with him too. Not quite as bad as Ben Rice, but sometimes he hits the ball far to the track and it gets caught a lot of times, and you don't notice that. And
Hmm.
his average kind of craters, like he
Yeah.
makes some good contact that doesn't get rewarded sometimes too.
Yeah, he does make some good contact. He also goes through a lot
Rough
of
stretches,
slumps. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It's a lot of rough stretches,
He
but when
gets
he's
swing
hot,
happy sometimes, like when he doesn't need to. Like he's not. It's
yeah.
not like he has awful plate discipline, but sometimes like he just like flails at everything. It looks like.
Hmm. He obviously had that really big hit in the wild card against Boston, which was
Yes.
really big. That was a really nice swing. When Austin Wells is on, he's really good. He is very good. I remember in one of the Royals
Thank you. I
seasons last
appreciate
year
that.
at the Royals, he was really good. I remember, yeah, it's like he can't get out. It looks like he can't get out when he's on.
I know he ropes the balls when he's on. He hits it hard too. He'll hit a few doubles
Hmm.
down the line. He'll smoke a few homers. He'll pull them. Like he has decent speed for a catcher, which he's
Hmm.
athletic. He's not like a stiff back there. He's a good defender.
Hmm.
Like I still am in on Austin Wells. I don't have an issue with Austin Wells
Yeah,
actually. Like I think
I
he's
don't have
fine.
an
Like
issue.
he wasn't fine offensively last year in certain regards, but like he's not a huge concern for me. But he has to be
Hmm.
better in certain stuff, and I get that. But like I don't think he's a lost cause by any means because he still does a lot of things really well.
Hmm.
And I
Yeah,
kind of want to look through the playoff numbers because I'm interested to see how he performs overall in the playoffs.
hmm and like you're saying, like good offensive numbers, like you're not expecting your catcher to be your second best hitter on the team.
No,
You're expecting your catcher to probably be your worst hitter on the team, and that's not who Austin Wells is. He's not the worst hitter on this team. He's also one of the more valuable defensive catchers
yeah,
in the league, which is
I'm surprised his B WAR was only 0.1. I feel like that's way too low. I don't know how it counted that.
for sure. He had like a
His
Two
F4
F4.
has him at 3.0. What the hell
Yeah.
is Baseball Reference doing here? What am I looking at?
I don't think Baseball Reference values defense
Bro,
like
I've never
Fangraphs.
seen such a disparity of this before. I'm not even lying. I don't know if this is a glitch in the site, but it says 0.1 WAR, and then Fangraphs is telling me hit a 3 WAR.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand how. Like how does this work? Is this like a site glitch? Like I'm so confused right now.
Yeah. But he had a 94 WRC plus, so a little bit below the
Yeah, you'd
average.
like that to be better. Yeah,
He
no
had a
question.
107 in 2024, which is really good.
Yeah,
Man, we'd love to see that,
this
but he
does
didn't
not
cut it.
make any sense to me. Yeah.
But like last year, looking at his numbers right now, his on base percentage went down
Hmm.
50 points.
Yeah, that's bad.
His slug was up by almost 40, but his average was down. His OBP was down significantly, but his slug was up. That's very weird to me.
Yeah, dude. Like I can't even understand how you have a difference of 3. Like
Hmm.
what the hell is going on? Like I've
Yeah,
never seen such a big disparity before. That's crazy. Have you ever seen that before?
I've never seen that.
That is absolutely
That's funny.
wild. And thank you, Jose B. I appreciate the kind thoughts and everything. And there's been a lot of exciting news with the Dominican players. Oh, that gets us to another one. Austin
Yep.
Wells might play in the WBC. There we go. For Dominican Republic, because his grandma's
Hmm.
Dominican, his mom has some Dominican in her. So, like, he might suit up for them. And that'd be sick to see. Elmer Rodriguez Cruz is going for Puerto Rico. Yankees, one of the Yankees' top pitching prospects, Fernando Cruz, is going for Puerto Rico.
Hmm.
Aaron Judge is going for USA. Jazz Chisholm's going for Great Britain. And I don't know. And David Bednar is USA too. I
Yep.
don't know if I missed anyone else. Jose Caballero might be playing for Panama.
Panama.
Yes.
Nice. I know Cody Bellinger is not
Yeah, he's
playing for
not, which
Team
I
USA.
get.
He
And
said that today.
yeah,
Yes.
I do get that. Was there anything you took away from any of Belly's comments that you found interesting before I get to
Mm,
Kirshner's thing on Boone?
mm, I mean, obviously his excitement to be back. I mean, I'm pumped to have him back. I'm happy. I loved Bellinger last year. He's one of my favorite players. It's not really how you want the offseason to go, but I'm glad we ended up bringing back Bellinger and
Yeah,
bringing his offense.
I did see he was excited to. Why did that just get messed up? That was so weird. I just had it perfectly and just botched it. All right, there we go. Yeah, I saw he was excited to run it back. He's very happy. I know that Brian Cashman said that Scott Boras was a Titan. That's why negotiation took so long. I thought that was kind of funny,
Yeah,
actually.
it was funny.
Some comedic relief there, sure. I'll try to look for something for Belly to see if I thought anything was noteworthy after this one. So here's Boone with Kirshner. We got beat up in the divisional round. Boone said Wednesday it didn't go our way, but it doesn't mean it's not going to go our way the next time. We think we're really good. It's a long ways to go. It doesn't mean we're going to win 94. Doesn't mean we're going to win 88, but we think we have the pieces. How many times have we heard him say this in the last 8 years, only for the same exact result to happen?
Yeah.
This is like a tape recorder going over and over again. Like, how much longer do we need to deal with this until there's a change made? If they don't win it again next year, let's say, or like even make the World Series or something, like, how many different times can you recycle the same thing over? Like, oh
Yeah.
man, this one frustrates the hell out of me.
Yeah.
This one really does. I can't. This one irks me.
Yeah, I mean, he's recycled the same quotes. I'm pretty sure he has like a notepad where he just writes the same thing
Bro, the
down.
Yankees front office is just telling him what to say. Like they're like
Hmm.
just like it's like a
Yeah,
document. Like do this, do that. And it's like this. Oh, we change this a little bit. Like that's definitely what's going on. Like it's crazy, man. Like
yeah,
that one, like really is tough to read
hmm
because we've seen it so many damn times before. That's the problem. Like
yeah. And they're way too like analytical based, but like we'll get into
that
that
too.
stuff.
Yeah, that's we've done. We haven't
Yeah.
talked about that much yet, but I've mentioned that before and stuff. Like,
Hmm.
let's see the Cody Bellinger stuff because like. I kind of like maybe I was a little disingenuous with like the impact of him returning because like I was just annoyed with the run back. So like maybe there's like an interesting stat that was brought up by Paul Hembo, who works with ESPN, that made me feel better about the run back actually with him, is that not Bellinger did crush lefties last year, and we spoke about that. And he said it's better than I realized, though. Even apparently, he's had like a 151 WRC plus against lefties the last
Oh,
three
yeah.
years. So like, I was like really, I was like interested to learn that. So like we kind of talked about, which is interesting. Bellinger's like the reverse lefty platoon option, which is like you don't see it too often, but you actually
Yeah.
want to play him left on left. So like,
Yeah.
if you need to give Grisham a blow, who's not as good against lefties, you put if Dominguez was better against righties, which is what we could hope for this year, you could put Dominguez in left and then Bellinger in center in these scenarios. So, like,
Yeah.
this is something that could help Dominguez play if he could hit
And like
against righties better, lefties better.
Bellinger can also help out first Ben Rice if he gets hurt. You can help
Yeah,
out
that's
first
another
base,
left
and
on
then you
left
can,
weird
yeah.
platoon thing you can do, and then you would have Dominguez again in left field, and then Grisham in center. Like, yeah, you can give Rice a blow, or Austin Wells a blow left on left, and then you have Rice catch in a scenario like that, or like something. But like, yeah, that's like
Yeah.
really interesting. And then the thing about Team USA is like I owe it to the Steinbrenners to go and win the championship. And yeah, I mean I respect that, but Judge is also playing in it, so like I don't really know if that like makes a
Yeah.
difference to me personally. But okay, sure. And I don't think that USA needs him. No offense, the team is loaded. Like
Oh
Corbin
yeah.
Carroll, PCA, Judge, and like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
forgot who else is in the outfield, but like I'm sure he could help them and like and Harper's that playing too, and then Bellinger.
Yeah.
This was a cool one. He's like when you have an opportunity to play along a future Hall of Famer, obviously Judge, you want to go and win that ring. You want to praise him, New York City. I mean, all right. I mean that can get some people going. Sure,
Yeah.
that's a fun one. So I guess that's probably like my favorite quote from the presser. I guess I'll go with that one.
Yeah. I like that one. But, you know, there's a lot of good things to take away from the presser today, and there's also some bad things, obviously.
Yeah, the bad.
But
I think the worst one I did was just the one with Boone. At least Cash was
yeah.
explaining how it could be different. Boone is kind of just like,
Yeah.
oh, we hope it'll be different. Like at least Cash was giving you some logic to why it might be. Boone's just like, oh, you
Yeah.
know, we have a good team. It might be different this
We have
year.
a
Like
great
we've heard
team,
this a
and
million different times. Like why is this year gonna be the one that's finally different? I don't know.
I mean, it's on repeat for him. I
Bro,
swear to
like
God,
it
the
is. We've
2024
heard this
season.
so many different times. Like it's nauseating.
How many times did we hear that it was right in front of us in the
Oh,
2024
well,
season
yeah,
when we were
that was
going through
so
that summer
irritating
slump?
too. Like
Yeah.
this, can they like ditch? Like, how do they? Here's a good question. What do you think causes the June and July swoons? Like, what is it that happens every single year almost? Like, I
I
don't
don't know.
understand what it is. Like, do you think it's just like baseball being baseball? I think that's part of it, but like, why is it like the
Yeah.
same time almost every year? It's just like
Yeah.
weird as hell. Because they've been starting better. Remember when it used to be bad starts and then they would
Mhm.
snap out of it? Now it's
Yeah.
been good starts.
Now
Middle
it's
is a
just
little bit
doom and
rough,
swoon.
and they get going again. All right, like
Yeah.
it rockets towards the playoffs, and then the
I
playoffs are creators. Like it's been
let me
like,
let me pull up a tweet real quick.
feel free, bro. We could then we'll wrap up with Dominguez and like some,
Yeah.
and then we'll get going because like you know. But I think it's been a fun discussion tonight so far. I want to see if no one's really asking many questions on Twitter and stuff, but like it happens. Um, I mean, let me look if anything I texted you that we should add that we didn't do. Um, okay, let me take a look here just to double check. So we did Abrams, we did Dominguez, we did Bellinger, Sir Anthony's up next. Cashman said on the Weathers trade, hopefully we can unlock some things, and his healthier years are right in front of him. Oh my God, right in front of him. The talent has never been a question, but I actually do agree with that for some of it. I don't know about the healthy years being in front of him. I hope they are, but there's no guarantee that's true. The rest of it,
Yeah.
sure, like that's fine. Um, so I'm trying to think. I think we covered all our bases for the most part, except that Sir Anthony Dominguez.
Okay.
I think we did pretty good with everything else. Like maybe I'll
I
try to
got the tweet.
go ahead. What do you
Okay,
got?
so three main stretches from the Yankee season last year. They started off 42 and 25, and then they went 27 and 35, and then they ended 25 and 8. So they ended off really well last year, which was definitely notable because we had a really good September and middle
I'm
of
gonna give
August.
you a caveat with that though. The schedule is also kind of easy if you
It
unless you
was
take away
easy.
12 games,
Hmm.
which they did like I think they were what 7-5, which is like decent but nothing too crazy.
Yeah, I think it was Houston, Boston, and Blue Jays that were the big three in that
Okay,
hard
I searched
stretch.
Yankees trade and like all this stuff for Scooble's coming up. And let me just say, the Yankees are not trading for Terry Scooble. Like everyone would get that thoughts out of your head. There's like a zero
Hmm.
percent chance that's ever gonna happen.
Yeah,
Could they sign him? Maybe. I don't know if they'd be the favorites to do
yeah,
it. It's possible, I guess, but like they're not trading for Tariq Scooble. Like it's just
yeah.
I've said this like all off season, and I'll continue to say it. It's just not gonna happen. I'm just sick of seeing all these stories and
Hmm.
packages. Like it's just not. It's just not. Like it's not.
Hmm.
It's not there. Like people are just
And
looking for clicks, and I'm being honest about it. Like I could pretend that it's there, but I'm not gonna do that. It's just not there.
hmm yeah, and like they asked for like Ben Rice, Lombard, and
Yeah, I
Schlittler
know.
as the
Heyman
big
was saying
players.
Heyman was like spitballing kind of, but that is like
Yeah.
what it would take basically. And like if
Hmm.
the Mets want him to take a Noel McLean, the Mets aren't going to give Noel McLean. So like those are
Yeah.
like the parallels, like a Carson Bench. Like it would take like something that they don't want to give up basically
But
for
like the
a
Dodgers
year.
don't need any of their prospects, so they
Yeah,
could give
but
anybody up.
that's true. I don't think they do it this year. They might wait till free
Yeah,
agency probably, but they don't really need him right now. I mean,
they
they do a
definitely
lot of
don't.
stuff they don't need, but like I mean, and they just get it anyway. But
Hmm.
I do
Because
want to
they're like
check.
a good run team.
Yeah, I mean, the Dodgers like they do have that TV deal that kind of helps them a little bit, and then
Hmm.
Otani's contract is never going to happen again, and like
Yeah,
Yankees will never get anyone to
that's.
sign a deal like that. And
Hmm.
there, so that's the one like that's true. Like it's tough to compare the two. I mean, I know the Yankees need to do more, but the Dodgers do have a few unfair advantages like that. I would say that the Yankees can't replicate. And yeah, the ground ball rate of Chevelle, just to wrap him up, is like 50.7%, which is obviously good. His K
Yeah.
rates or his Ks per nine are like okay, like 8-ish last year. Actually, last year was pretty low. It was only like 6.6, but it was higher like other years, like in the minors and stuff. So um, he like he needs to get a lot better with certain stuff. But I
Yeah.
do think like it's something that they could
Definitely.
try to do.
Also, I love that they got a really young piece. He's 23 years old. He has
Yeah,
so much room for development.
I
He has
definitely
so
agree
many
with you.
options left.
So let's go to Sir Anthony. I guess we can put that clip up, and
Yeah,
then
let's put
like
this clip
I
up.
had some numbers we can go over, and then like we could touch up on Bader quick just to wrap it up in the whole Hayes discussion, and then yeah.
All right, here's Sir Anthony.
He did, and he got him. So the Blue Jays leave two men.
Swing. I think I say we got to define the check swing first, don't we?
2-2. Got him.
Sir.
99 at the knee.
Slider away, and Junior chased it. That's the best way to go. Line yourself up straight. Oh, called third strike. Salvi thought that was outside, so that's a and a called third strike. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Salvi.
Yeah, I mean, that's some good stuff there. So I like the move for the White Sox. I think it's a smart move for them. It shows the team they're serious about trying to compete. A 2 for 20 is good value for them. The Yankees aren't trying to pay relievers, which I've mentioned now, so like I didn't expect that. Um, I think that shows the White Sox are serious, which is good for them
Hmm.
because they wouldn't sign a guy like that if they weren't trying to compete. They need their starting rotations a mess, but they have a lot of good prospects. So like they
Yeah.
could have like Noah Schultz and Hagen Smith are both very good players, and
Hmm.
I think those guys can make an impact for them. Braden Montgomery is a good prospect. Kyle
Hmm.
Teal, who we've talked about a little bit off the phone and stuff. He also was declared for Italy in the WBC, and he's a very good catcher, local kid from Mawa. So I
Yeah.
love that 201 Bergen County and all that. Great story. So he was actually the Gatorade Player of the Year in Mawa in like the
Oh,
2019-2020 time. So,
that's cool.
which is crazy because New Jersey's such a great state for baseball, and he was like the best player, and he's gonna go with Posada, who's coaching on Team Italy. So he's really excited to do that because he was a Yankees fan growing up, being in this area, and he also gets Francisco Cervelli, who I'm sure he watched too, as the manager of Team Italy. So
Hmm.
I think the White Sox and I love Colson Montgomery. Montgomery's one of my
Yeah,
favorite young
yeah.
players, probably. That guy has an electric bat for a
The,
shortstop.
the White Sox have a very high upside team right
They're
now,
coming.
which
They're coming. They're not
yeah, they
quite
are
there yet.
coming.
Give them like 2 or 3 years, and then we'll be talking about them a little
They
bit
got
more.
their
They're
Munakata,
coming
they have
though.
their Colson.
Yeah.
They
If
got
Murakami could somehow figure it out, then you might
yeah.
be talking about a pretty decent lineup there.
I mean, they
Um,
might not finish last place in the Central this year.
Yeah,
They
they might not. I do agree.
hmm
They could win like 70 plus games. I would say maybe like 75 if all goes well. And
yeah.
then like next year they might be in a good position.
Yeah.
Maybe
There's definitely a shot the Twins could be worse than them next year
with all this
with
dysfunction
all
going
those
on in
players they have.
Minnesota, like yeah, I
Yeah.
wouldn't be stunned if the White Sox. I would not be that
hmm
surprised if you told me the White Sox finished with a better record than the Twins next year.
hmm
That would not be that surprising to me
Yeah.
at all. But like it does dry up the reliever market. Kopech's probably one of the best free agents left out there. I've mentioned him a lot. I don't know if
hmm
the Yankees will do it, but it's something I want them to do.
Yeah.
We'll have to
And
see.
the Sir Anthony signing, he'll be their closer 100%.
Hey, how's it going? Yankees Country One. He comes in a lot of
What's
these
up?
chats, so we appreciate you.
What's up, Yankees
We're
country?
winding down, but if you have questions, fire them off. I do agree Dominguez is obviously going to close for the White Sox, so
hmm
that's a good opportunity for him to like showcase what he can do as a closer.
Yep.
I'm sure that's why he's obviously willing to take 10 million a year. He's also playing in the WBC with the Dominican Republic, so
hmm
many WBC things going on right now.
Yeah.
I have a podcast, the World Baseball Network, dropping of that for Pool A as well, so that'll be a thing. But yes, thanks for checking in. I appreciate you, Yankees Country One. So let's go. Let's cross over to Bader with the Giants because we did want to touch that up and maybe
Yeah.
Hayes and whatnot. So we kind of mentioned this. So Bader got what, a 2 for 22 from the Giants. It ends up being
Yeah, you got a 2 for 22.
all right. Yeah, 2 for 21 and some change like right there. So last year he was actually pretty good, but 796 OPS, 277 average. This is some of the best numbers he's put up in a while, I
hmm
think.
It was a
3.2
career
F4,
year.
122 WRC plus, 70 home runs, 60, 54 RBIs, 61 runs. They landed the middle of the order bat potentially with elite defense in the massive center field. This was an amazing pickup in the good market. 2 for 21 around 10.5 a year, obviously, and then the Giants could line him up with Lee, Ramos, Devers, Chapman, Thomas, Patrick Bailey, Casey Schmidt second. I can see why they're poking around for a second baseman because like that's not really
hmm
a short thing. Like I get it. Like
Yeah.
with the Abrams stuff and the Donovan, like that would probably
hmm
boost them a little bit. And then Luis Matos, the 9 hitter, I guess is okay
Yeah.
for now. So like, all right, here we go. He has a question. If the Yankees do trade for CJ, he will play shortstop, and do you think they will really get him?
Mm-mm.
Not probably not. Honestly,
No.
like most likely not. Like
I
it's
think
kind of
his price is going to be high, and
yeah.
they just don't have anywhere to fit him right now.
I don't think he would play shortstop if they got him personally. I think they would push him somewhere else. I don't
Yeah,
like the
they could
outfields
move
or
like
something, or like they'd
yeah,
have
they
to
can
do
move
some
like
jigsaw
Jazz or something.
puzzling,
I don't know.
or like second or third. Like it would be very unconventional what they would do.
hmm
Um, I mean, it's interesting that they have interest. So I get it means they are looking for another bat somewhere. Like they were semi interested in Bichette, but they weren't at the top of those talks. So like it does show they have interest in some type of infielder. It's just a
Yeah.
question of who, when, how does it fit, and like what would it require. Like I think you weren't on the show actually when I brought this up. I don't think, but and I know we talked about some of Bader's expected numbers could be regression, it could be in case for him, and that's not an easy part to hit in San
hmm
Francisco. But
Yeah.
that's there. It's whatever. I guess we'll have to see
Yeah.
how that goes. It's not a bad deal. It's only 10 million a year, so they'll be
hmm
fine either way.
Yeah.
So the one thing that I was thinking about with this infield mix was like, shit, like they got Abrams or like something. It shows they're looking for an infield bat, obviously.
hmm And
And here was, go ahead.
Brian Cashman also said on the press conference today. I don't know if any of you guys have heard it, but he basically said that we're out of the starting pitching market.
Oh, that is noteworthy. I did see that. He seems pretty content with that. Most of
Yeah.
that he's just trying to play coy and like sneak in and get
Yeah.
something maybe. But like, I will say this: like, if here's a good friend. Here's a tweet I actually want to bring up from my friend Chris. I don't know if I took a picture of it, but it's a good tweet, and it has to do with rotations comparisons, like from this year to last year, and I think it's kind of relevant to our discussion. So I do think that let's see, he has. Let me see. It's about the rotations and stuff, like how he lines it up like Freed, Schlittler, Warren, Heel. Okay, I have it. Heel and Weathers, and he thinks he's skeptical of this, and I get it. There are reasons to be skeptical of it, but my one silver, I could actually live with this. Is it my ideal thing that I would have wanted if once we were talking about Peralta and Gore and stuff? Probably not. But you could convince me they can get by with this. I don't think this is the worst thing in the world. I don't have a huge problem with this. Like, I did want to enhance an area of strength, obviously, but I don't think this is my biggest issue with them.
Yeah.
The bullpen's questionable. We know how they do it, but this is the most questionable bullpen they've had in a long time. That's why I would like Kopech. He's another question, but here we go. This is it. So Freed, Schlitter, Warren, Heel, Weathers. Call me a hater when I'm skeptical of this. Every game matters. You're going to have this rotation in April, May. It's par. But, as I told him, and I'll say again, it is better than what they had last year. Because they had Cookie and Stroman making starts. This is much better than that. This is a lot better than that. So
and it's also it's your young guys as well. You're letting your young guys get out there.
That 2 to 4 is all young blood.
Really
yes.
You're getting Cam Schlittler out there at this 2 position, and you're getting Ryan Weathers and Will Warren, which is really good. Luis Hill can maybe figure out his mechanical problem in there as well.
There's 2 things I have to share in the future. Last year I did a clip with Matt Blake on an audio file, and he was talking about Will Warren, so I want to bring that back up to the surface at some point. Not today, like next time. I think
you're talking about.
No, I don't know if you do. I didn't share it with you ever.
Yeah, I think I know the clip though. I think I've seen it talking about.
Oh, interesting. We'll have to see. Maybe I shared it somehow. I don't know, but I don't even remember doing it. It's funny.
Like even before you.
Oh, okay. I'll have to see what I have. It might be a little different, but go ahead.
Do you think there are any good moves you think the Yankees will do, or do you think cheap do? I said this earlier in the show. I think they should trade Jason Dominguez for Ryan Jeffers and Cole Sands off of the Twins, but I'm not the GM obviously, so I don't make any moves. I don't know what he wants to do. I don't know if it's that on our radar. But.
Yeah, we're both fixated on the Twins. I want them to go after Lopez. You want them to go after Jeffers, and the home run would be Joe Ryan. But I don't think the Twins are ready to do that and alienate things even further with that circus going on there. Like I would be shocked if Joe Ryan gets traded right now, because then that would really put the for sale sign up if they were to do that. And it seems like they're trying to go back against that, unfortunately for the Yankees' perspective, but. Do I think there'll be good moves? Well, the cheap deals could turn into good moves. You never know. But I don't know if that splash move is out there right now because of how much time they smoked with Cody Bellinger, which is why I was so irritated with the situation and didn't feel that excitement when he came back because of all the stuff that collapsed as they were waiting on this thing. But I don't know if there's that big splash per se that's left right now, unfortunately. I don't really see anything crazy. Would you consider a Garrett Clevenger a splash move if they could somehow do that? Because I know people have floated that idea, and he's a good reliever, but I don't know if that's like a splash move per se. But they do need to fix the bullpen, so it would help.
It would be a good pickup, yeah.
I guess CJ Abrams would count as that, obviously. It would be very crazy and confusing, but it would kind of be a splash move, I think, in essence. So you think they will trade Jason or Spencer? Is there a good player that they would trade for? Will they keep both players? We had such a long conversation about this, but we'll try to summarize it the best we can. I feel like one of them will somehow get traded, probably. I don't know, who. The issue is I don't know what you're getting with dealing them right now, unfortunately. I can't pinpoint one specific thing. Send him here for that. You did a good job with the Dominguez example. I don't have that example for, Spencer Jones, per se. I mean...
Right now, I feel like the Yankees are complacent of where they are at.
Which is annoying, but...
I think they will be willing to trade a guy like Jason Dominguez or Spencer Jones at the
Yeah,
deadline when the dead legs are exposed in the lineup and what's not
yeah.
going to work doesn't work.
Yeah,
You're
like
gonna
the
see
stuff
it.
we're talking about, like that they'll end up seeing maybe,
Yeah.
like as the time goes on, like
Like if Ryan Weathers fails, if Angel Chivy fails, like they're gonna be able to go out and get a starting pitcher, go out and get a bullpen guy.
yeah, exactly. Or like if Heel or Warren don't live up to it, or like
Hmm.
anything like that. Like if Kohler were don't have setbacks, like anything like that. Like, and then there's like if the offense, like if McMahon's still striking out too much and Rosario's not getting it done, then he needs to actually address the position again. Like some stuff like that. Like the thing that was interesting. I think you talked to me about this. JP Morosi was a great reporter, obviously. He was saying that if Volpe struggles, they could look to move him at the deadline and bring in Abrams.
I think they could do that. I think that's
That's
definitely a
an that's an
possibility.
example of what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know if they would actually pull the trigger on that, but at this point, it would be like 3+ years of rough play, and you might have to consider it then. Like I don't know, but they don't want to give up on because they invested the first rounder in him, but he's not making any money. And like I don't hope that's a scenario that takes place, but you never
Yeah.
know. I mean, we'll see how he does. This is kind of like a make or break year for him, in my opinion, when he
Hmm.
returns. And I think he would be the first one to tell you that as well. Honestly,
Yeah.
even if we were to speak to him right now, I think he would agree. But yeah, it's tough for me to pinpoint one exact thing. Is there a deal to be made with the Cardinals, maybe for like Jojo Romero? Like, does Brendan Donovan come in somehow? I know if they're talking about Abrams, why wouldn't they want to get Donovan? Maybe. I mean, there was
Hmm.
some smoke about that earlier in the year, but like it's another lefty, and like now it's a clunky fit again. But he does have more versatility than Abrams, so was that like a better idea? Maybe I don't know, but
Hmm.
like. Um, Also, Lars Nootbaar's available, but doesn't fit the Yankees. They have too many outfielders, so that's not
Hmm.
really a thing. Like, I'm trying to think. I don't know about anything outside the box. Am I missing anything? Like, I'm trying my best. Like, this is like the really difficult part of the off season right here.
Yeah, it is. Earlier in the offseason, I thought they were going to go after Jojo Romero, but now that they've picked up so many of these mini bullpen pieces, I feel like they're going to go into the season with a very uncertain bullpen, which
Yeah,
very
do they?
scares me.
Yeah, I know. Like, they'll probably do some non-roster invites. Like,
Hmm.
they'll probably try to
Like,
sign some guys for low money deals. Like,
and
there's no
I
high
hope,
money reliever left to pay, obviously.
yeah, and maybe Lagrange breaks camp. Maybe ERC breaks camp as a reliever. We
Yes, I was
really
gonna.
never
Thanks for
know.
bringing them up because like those are the two reasons
Yeah.
why I feel better about this than what I
Hmm.
felt last year. Because last year you didn't have that person behind
Yeah.
Stroman, and Carrasco was very bare because we didn't
Hmm.
know what Cam Switler was last year, and he
Yeah.
wasn't close to ready at that time. And I'll excite people, and I've said this, and I've been vocal about it. I think the Yankees really want Tariq Skubal bad. A few people told me. I don't.
Really.
I don't see that in a trade though. Maybe they might sign him, but they don't have the assets to trade for him. The
I think
Tigers want too much. Like I can't
I
see a
think they're
trade
getting
there.
Paul Skeens when he's a
I
free
still think
agent.
it's Skeens as well, and we've talked about this. I do
Yeah.
agree with you, but maybe Skubal in free agency. I won't fully discount it, but like I said,
Hmm.
I don't view them as the favorites there. Maybe I'm wrong, but
Yeah.
like I can't see a trade going down because like it would just take too much. The Yankees don't have the depth to trade for Skubal.
Hmm.
Like they just don't. Like it's
And
not
like
gonna happen in the season.
they're gonna have a bunch of contracts in the near future expiring, like Rodon, Stanton,
Yeah,
and we're not gonna be being paying DJ anymore. I think after this year,
this
right?
is the last DJ year.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so that's obviously really good for next off season, but obviously we can't focus on next off season right now.
Yeah, no, and like that was like the reason why I feel better about this. Like I'm saying, is because you have an ERC who can be like the six or
Hmm.
seven in theory, even without the injuries. Even with the
Hmm.
injuries, like you have Yarbo who's always started games. Like, do you feel any worse about Yarbo than you would about Carrasco or Stroman? Probably not, honestly.
Yeah.
So I mean, look, it's not ideal, but it's not that bad. I think that's the best way to
Hmm.
put it. Like this rotation's probably middle of the road right now, if we're being honest. So, like if this was
Yeah.
the situation the whole season, I would have a problem with this probably.
Definitely,
But it's not the
100%.
situation for the whole season, so it's
Hmm.
salvageable for a month or two. Especially if Elmer gets the call, which I think is definitely possible.
Hmm.
And what Grande to me You know how high I am on Grande. Like I've
Yeah,
told you at length, and like all the extra stuff that I've done
yeah.
with him, and like all this cool things. But like, Grande to me is like he's like they were talking about him today a little bit. I saw people saying, "Oh, he could throw 103 from the bullpen." He's already throwing it even as a starter sometimes.
Yeah.
Like that's the scary thing. Like, could he get up to Chapman level if he was in the bullpen? Like I wonder, could he hit a
Yeah.
105 plus? Like it might be possible. Like his kid's a baby still, which is
Mhm.
the craziest thing about all of this. Like I could.
Yeah.
Here's my thinking with Grande. Let's see if we fall in line here. I don't want to rush him out of camp. I don't think he breaks camp.
I
Maybe,
definitely
maybe
don't. I don't think he breaks camp just because of his walk problem.
yes, and a couple other reasons why I don't think he should. That I'll explain. It's not that I don't like the talent. I think the talent's undeniable. That's not why.
Hmm.
168 Ks and 120 innings last year is ridiculous. He was definitely close to the leaderboards in the minors. No ERC. Elmer Cruz had a lot of Rodriguez had a lot of Ks too last year.
He led the
Um,
minor leagues in stuff plus
Well,
as well.
Grange did. That's
Yeah.
right. I think we showed that in one of our
Hmm.
episodes recently. So like, yeah, his stuff's evolving. He's an absolute beast. He's 22 years old. He turns 23 in May. I mean, so the reason why I don't want him to break camp is because I want to exhaust every possible option of him being a starting pitcher, and just because of like how rare it is of the stuff he has. I want to see if that can be a starter somehow.
Hmm.
I want to throw the kitchen sink at that to make sure he can't start. But this is the part that I get excited about. Late in the year, let's say we get to August or September, he's showing off really well in double and triple A. Everything's coming together. He's cut down his walk rates and stuff. And yeah, Rodriguez had a few more Ks, 176, but it was 30 more innings. But so, do I see the Yankees going to get? Who do you see the Yankees getting next year for center field, second base? I'll answer that later, I guess. So, like for
Yeah. After
Grange,
this. After
like,
this.
well, Grange for me, like, I can see a scenario where he gets called up in August or September, and then he goes into the bullpen for October. That's what would get me excited.
I
Like,
could
let him
see
burn
that.
out his innings a little bit, like the starting, and maybe they get a little
Hmm.
bit high. Maybe you're not fully sure if he's the starter, but even if you're fully sure, you could still throw him in the bullpen towards the end of the year. Like, there's a lot of value there. Like, some
Hmm.
teams have done this with young starting pitching prospects before, and they still
Yeah.
become starters. Like, I want to see what Grom in the bullpen in August, maybe September. But if you really want to pinpoint it, September, I want to see him in there, see if he can do
Hmm.
it, get ready, and then put him in there in October. Screw it. Like, why not?
Yeah.
Put him in the bullpen in the back ends in October. Like, that would be electric, like him throwing in October
Hmm.
out of
It's
the
very
bullpen.
it's very hard to hit 103 miles an hour.
Yeah, and you might even get faster if you put him in the bullpen, which is the
Yeah.
scary part.
Hmm.
And then his secondaries is developing too, so like now he has more stuff to work with. And I think there's a scenario where he could be in the bullpen like late in the year, like a late call up, and then, or maybe it comes quicker than that. Maybe
I think
he.
he could be an early call up.
Let's see.
If he shows promising numbers, if he shows his walk rate low and earlier in the year, and it's still low in like June, July ish, I could see him getting called up in early August
Yeah, like
at the deadline.
it's possible. Like maybe I'm trying to play it
Hmm.
safe because like
Yeah,
I'm being cautiously optimistic, but like it's hard not to get overly excited about
yeah,
Legrand. Hey, like that's a guy I'm very happy that they didn't
yeah.
include in these deals. It's a guy I was like a hard like when they were talking about Peralta, I saw his name thrown out. I was like, like I don't know if I want to do that. Like I know it's Peralta, but like this is a really unique talent here. Like
Yeah.
what's crazy is like I would have almost rather gave up Rodriguez than ERC. I mean, I would have almost rather give up Elmer than Legrand. It's a little bit wild, so I don't know. Like, is that a little bit controversial? Like, I
I
would,
you could look at that in two ways. I think if
yeah.
you
What?
look at it at like at a controllable standpoint, ERC is a very controlled pitcher. He controls a lot of his pitches very well.
Yeah,
But like on the other hand, like Range is a fireballer, and we haven't really seen that in a while.
yeah.
And I
Like,
think that's what gets fans excited about him
yeah.
is
That's
he
why it's
shows
like
a
I
lot
don't
of
want to
power.
give that up. It's like I know his floor is way lower than
Hmm.
Rodriguez's floor. Elmer's floor is way higher than Legrande's floor.
Hmm.
Obviously, the ceiling difference to me is why
Yeah.
like I would. That's why I made that statement I just
Yes.
made is because of like it's so tantalizing to see like what he become. Like we've even talked about this too. Like he even reminds me of Dylan Betances in a sense. Like the same, it's very similar build, some similar stuff. Like Betances was a starter at one point. I mean, like I said, I hope he becomes a starter, but like there's definitely huge value if he becomes a bullpen
Yeah.
arm as well. And if you throw in the 100 plus in October and these hitters never seen him before, look at Trey Savage last year. He was running
Yeah.
roughshod through everyone except like maybe one or two outings against. But like for the most part, they had no idea what to do when he was up there. He was fooling Judge, Bellinger, Rice. Like these guys had no answers for him.
I mean, it looked like they've never seen a splitter before.
I know, and the worst and the crazy thing is he was killing all the lefties with the split and the reverse
Yeah.
splits, and like he was just murking them all. Like the splitter's tough for the lefty, the righty. Sometimes I guess like it's tougher than you realize. So like it's imagine what Granhe had a similar effect that your Savage had, but not maybe not started, maybe more in the bullpen, but like that would be wild to me. Or like even like Jabba Chamberlain. Jabba Chamberlain's a great example, and we've talked to him recently, but he was that fringe guy, starter reliever they didn't know, and he came into the bullpen that one rookie year. He was in the playoffs. He was lights out. They didn't know what to expect, and then the bugs in Cleveland ruins everything. But he was going off until that. But
Um, but yeah, I mean, I could definitely see Lagrange being like a Cam Schlittler kind of guy from last year, where he's a rookie and he comes up in the middle of the year and makes a huge impact into the team. And that's exactly what Cam Schlittler did. He came up in August or July.
he was
He came up in
July-ish.
August.
I remember. I think it
Late
was like
July. I
late
think
July,
late
like
July.
July
Yeah, July
23rd. I don't know
25th,
why I
I think.
remember that exactly, but
Yeah.
somewhere in that range, close enough.
Yeah.
We're not gonna give you the
Because
exact date, but like it's
Clark
somewhere in late July.
Clark Schmidt got injured in Toronto, and we were in Toronto in late July. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I definitely think he could be an impact guy as soon as next year.
Yeah, I'm excited for those two, which is why I feel better about the rotation state than I did last year. Even Ben Hess, we didn't even talk about Ben Hess. Like he
Yeah.
might end up making it up. Like we don't know. Like he was like he was in a similar position to kind of where Schlittler was last year, like in Double A a little bit. Like I mean maybe not quite as good, obviously,
Yeah,
but
and he's definitely a talented pitcher. He definitely has the pieces.
I mean, Hess was taken in the first round for a reason,
Yeah.
despite the stats not looking that great in college. Like the Yankees made a good pick with Ben Hess. Like I think they
Yeah.
would only float him in the deal because they don't view him as highly as Rodriguez or obviously Legrand. So I get it, and you got to give something to get something. Like if it was gonna be Edwin Cabrera, like yeah, you do that deal. Like
Oh
that's not
yeah.
even a question. But yeah. So let's end this thing here.
Yeah,
I don't
let's
know. I
wind
mean,
down.
yeah, it's getting we're
You want
getting
to end
late
with
here.
this question?
Yeah, I think we're gonna do it. So center
Alright.
field, I guess Jones, if he doesn't get traded, is my answer, I suppose.
Yeah, and I could see Nico Horner at second base next year. If they don't extend Jazz, I could see them getting Nico
The
Horner.
Yankees seem to like him,
Yeah,
and
they do.
and if you think about it, like I mean, it's tough because I like Jazz. I think it's really good. It would balance the lineup better if you had Nico into the Jazz, like from the right left standpoint, and like he does all the same stuff except the homers, basically. And he actually
So
had a higher WAR in Jazz too. I'm pretty sure, right?
I think Jazz is the second best second baseman in the sport, but I also feel like Nico Horner completes the lineup a lot better. He's a bat to ball kind of guy. He's a elite bat to ball guy. He gets on base a good amount. He's the best defensive second baseman I've ever seen with my own two eyes.
He is even better than Jazz. Yeah, Jazz is
Yeah.
pretty good, but Horner's elite.
Hmm.
And he I mean, if you think about it, like Jazz is like a power boom or bust. Unfortunately, like you would think it
Yeah,
wouldn't be that way, but that's kind of what it is. His swing gets long sometimes. He like
it
goes for the
does.
bombs and he just starts whiffing way too much. But it's tough to give up a guy with a skill set. But like you said, if you had a contact bat, because I don't have that many of those, that was a righty, that's kind of a need right now because the
Yeah.
only contact bat, the righty, is Judge, really.
Hmm.
Because Judge does it all, contact power and everything. But like, and because he's elite, obviously. But like, we already know about him. But like, oh, there is one noteworthy thing. He's doing good with his throwing and everything looks good,
Yeah,
and he's ahead of the
yeah.
schedule of whatever like they thought he would be. So like,
Oh
he
yeah,
shouldn't have any
and
issues. So that is important.
Cole and Rodon are looking to outpace their
Okay, good, good.
recovery times.
Yeah, that's also good news. So maybe that's why they're feeling okay with the rotation. So but we don't know how sure those things are, unfortunately. But so far so
Yeah.
good. Judge looks good right now. Always so yeah, Nico
Yeah.
could be interesting in the offseason. His contract might be. I do wonder how that's going to be because he doesn't have like that
Yeah.
crazy pop, but he does a lot of other
He's a
things
valuable
well.
guy.
Like, do you think
He's a winning player.
who gets a bigger deal, Jazz or Nico?
I think Jazz gets the bigger deal
Probably,
because he has the
right?
numbers advantage, but Nico's a
Yeah.
winning player.
I know. I can see Jazz getting 200 plus in the open market, especially if he
I
goes like 40-40 or something.
Yeah, and I can't
Because
see
he's
Nico Horner getting anywhere near like
because
150.
Jazz is going to hit the market at 28. That's pretty. He might get a big deal. I don't know if the Yankees are going to keep him, unfortunately. But it might be.
Yeah.
It depends how it goes. I mean, if they fail again, I don't think he's the thing I'd look to change. But like, you have to change something. Obviously, I get it. And Nico's 28, so it's only a year difference. Yeah, it's tough when you envision Horner getting 200 million because he doesn't hit homers like that. Like, I can't remember the last guy that wasn't a power hitter that got like that much money, probably.
Yeah.
Like Jacoby Ellsbury, that was a huge mistake. Got 134 million. Obviously, he wasn't really a power hitter. Like one, I think, fluky 30 home run season maybe or something.
I have a sticker of him right there.
Oh, that's funny. But yeah, no, I mean, that's interesting. All right, let me hit this outro. We'll get going.
Yeah.
All right, we could do my handles, I guess, and then Jared.
And I'm Jared underscore Golds 23 on Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna be opening up more personal accounts, maybe on YouTube or something. But
Yeah.
that'll be down the line.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to seeing what you're gonna do with that, and like we'll definitely collab on a lot of stuff still and keep this going, and look through a couple other things. I don't know why these things are so hard to show up sometimes. They should be these should be closer to where I need them. I have to like fix that. Okay, I think I can, thankfully. All right, got it. Now we'll make it closer for future reference. Okay, so subscribe on YouTube. It's Julian Gallardi. Obviously, we're working hard with Jared, doing a lot of stuff. And then X is Julian Gallardi 1, Insta is Julian Gallardi 11, TikTok and Facebook, you search my name. And we're still working on opening up the podcast center. I've just been so backed up with all this other stuff. Like, we're working on new design concepts and a few other surprises, hopefully, surprise guests. Like, there's a lot of curveballs we're going to throw at you guys. So, like, we're just trying to set the stage for a very good season.
Yeah, I mean, this is gonna be a really fun year, and I'm really excited for what we're gonna do together.
Yeah,
during the season.
there's
I'm
a lot
really
of
excited.
yeah. There's definitely some twists and turns coming. I think they're all going to be good. So let's hit that outro, and we thank everyone that's popped in, even if it's for a bit. Just say hello, like any platform, it's appreciated. So thanks again. So we'll plan something. Next week we'll be back with us. I'm gonna drop another video on this channel that was like an interview with a bats guy who's the head of a company for bats sometime this week, and then next week we'll return. The thing is, like, the news is slow right now. This is kind of our biggie news day that we kind of had to do. So like, we will be back at next week at some point though, at least once, if not more, hopefully. But we'll keep everyone posted.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna hit it.